After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Running out of the gun here, Breida. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
Yeah, and you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special ones in order to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done a second time.
Right here.
On 2nd and a couple, Garoppolo, the first catch of the game for George Kittle. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 41-yard line.
Well, from their point of view, this game could not be starting out much better, could it? Force a punt on defense, and now they're moving it crisply on offense.
Crisply, I like that. Yeah, moving it very, very well. Looks like the defense on their heels a little bit. You put a score in here, long way to go, but you're right, that's a heck of a start.
Yeah, and I think this is where the play caller is looking at his play sheet and saying, do I have that dagger play? Do I have that play and just finish them off right now? Because I think they'd love to gain that big advantage early.
They'll run with Coleman on first down. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. The linebacker, Ryan Shazier, there to make the tackle.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. Second down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a 3rd and a couple remaining. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. He finds Coleman. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 21. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on 3rd down. They did.
Big-time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field,
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Brian Burns, what a season he continues to have, his 15th sack of the campaign. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. On 2nd down, a run with Breida. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Intended for Marquise Goodwin. Incomplete. So Garoppolo off. Coming on is the veteran Robbie Gould for the 49er field goal. It'll come from the right hash. It's a 47-yard attempt. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Gould now out to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And as these guys interplay in Week 17, we know one thing. They are playoff bound, but they want to win that division title. They told us that is a goal that's been posted in their locker room since day one. They've got the chance to control their own destiny.
And there's nothing more powerful than saying that you won the division, because I know from building a team, when I talk with all the GMs and the player personnel directors, they always talk about, to get to the playoffs in the NFL, you have to have a team that's constructed to win your division. Beat those teams first. That's your number one path to getting there, and they can get that done in this game.
That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down.
Now, that was well defended, and as a cornerback, what you're taught when you see a wide receiver screen, either you get underneath the play before the blocking forms, or you're going to have to fight your way through it by getting through some blocking. That was a really nice play there.
From the gun on third down, Newton. Got a man, it's right. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on third down.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
He used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
On first down, Newton. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. A good pickup there at 22. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. Newton will bring him up first and 10, and he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ball game. Going quickly out wide to Moore. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and 12. Throwing again is Newton. Escaping the pressure right. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Throwing on third down, Newton. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. No doubt a very disappointing end to what was a pretty strong opening drive.
They had 3 points in their back pocket. It was there for them. If you don't like what you see, just throw it away. Make sure you get those points on the board. Don't get too greedy. He forced it there. You saw the end result.
Here we go. 180.
On first down, here's Breida. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Here we go.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. His throw incomplete. He was looking that time for Dante Pettis, and that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. To throw is Garoppolo. Oh, he may have gotten lucky. Tried to dump it off underneath on the check down. Nearly picked. Instead, it's incomplete.
Not only did they drop what looked like an interception in the end zone, they blew a golden opportunity to shift the momentum.
And he missed it. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
20. Check 37. Check 37. Switch.
Newton going to hand it off to McCaffrey. He's got the first down and more past midfield. Give him 15 there, and the Panthers have a first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Ready? 180.
Mike 5-4.
20.
I'm here all day. Set.
Express. 52.
On first down, Bernard. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
It's been a long day for you. Kill.
Hey.
Kill. Turn up.
Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Gun. Hey.
To throw on 3rd down, Newton. Flush to his right. He may try and run for this. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Newton able to use those legs and get past the marker to pick up the first.
Someone knew exactly where he needed to get to pick up that first down. Now, I'm not so sure about the technique in getting there, but he went for it, and he got it.
Exactly. He knew where he needed to get, because remember, if he slides, when that derriere dips, if you will, that play's over.
The derriere dips, I like that one.
Yeah, been working on it for a little bit. And he'll take this one down to the 36. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Watch twist.
Now a run with McCaffrey. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. Out of the pistol, McCaffrey, and an alley to run. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. So the Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Just like that.
Gun.
The shotgun snap for Newton. Open man is Samuel, complete. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
The first red zone opportunity for the Panthers thus far. They've got a 1st and goal just inside the 5. Give him 4 yards there on the first down keeper. Now the Panthers going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half.
Break the set. Right to the 3. I got it. Great.
On 2nd and goal, Newton, and he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. Christian McCaffrey in the final seconds of the first half, and the Panthers have taken the lead.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
And just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. And he will perhaps get back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. And time has run out on this first half. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we send you cross-country to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
And they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the 3rd quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Garoppolo gives to Breida. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
When we talk about Luke Kuechly, you can't talk about his overall game without talking about his intelligence and how he controls the whole defense. He quarterbacks that defense, and at times will actually make checks, just like a quarterback would on offense to get them into the right defense. They definitely were on that play. How about that finish? Holding that to a minimal gain.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target in the second half.
Yeah, it should not stop them at all from going back to him. Find him.
And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see what the offense gets done.
Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. Looking to find a lane, but he can't rein in at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down. An extra DB for the 49ers now on third.
20.
Out of the gun, Newton. And he finds a man. It's McCaffrey. It's a Panthers first down, 17 yards on the play.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Hey, we're set. 180. 54. 54. Watch the cut. Hey!
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And it'll be 2nd and 12. This is Newton off the play fake to McCaffrey. Thomas has got it, complete. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Check, check, watch 54, watch 54. 8. Shoot.
Gun.
On third down, Newton is going to fire one deep, middle of the... It's caught inside the 25. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. They chalk that one up as a gain of 34 on third down.
54. Twist.
20.
Watch the whip. Shit. No.
Back to the ground attack here. It's McCaffrey. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. He was trying to get that one into the hands of Christian McCaffrey, and it's third down.
And 7 yards to go. Ready to 8.
Let's fight forward. Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball.
Let's get it.
He can run for it, and he will. And they'll hustle up to stop him well shy of the first, right around the 15. He'll get a couple of yards on the keeper, but it's going to lead to a 4th down. 4th down, and here's Graham Gano now in the field goal unit for the Panthers. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through, and they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So unable to convert for the touchdown inside the red zone, but they do come away with 3.
Yeah, it's a 32-yarder. That's essentially an extra point nowadays, right? Because it's 33 as a general rule for these guys. So it should be a simple kick. But you know what's really strange nowadays? When they miss an extra point, I think they carry that with them longer than missing a field goal because an extra point's supposed to be automatic.
Absolutely, and I would think even field goals inside of 30 yards, even though they're substantially shorter than a PAT, it just has a different feel, doesn't it?
A different feel, a different vibe. That's what I get from all the kickers I talk to. They always say if I miss an extra point, that's the one that bothers me more.
They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup with someone trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those, too.
We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Out of the shotgun, Breida trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down.
It's 3rd and 10.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
And we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked out at about the 3-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. This is McCaffrey. And he'll get this up past the 5 to the 7-yard line. Tackle that time by Jarquiski Tart.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the 3rd quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the 4th quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
The tackle made at the 12-yard line. It's a gain of 4. And it's 3rd down.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down. A tight game like this, such a tough spot for the offense to be in. Even though they have the lead, Charles, back up so close to their goal line, they got to protect the football.
And that's when you have to take care of your team with play calling as well. Not a lot of misdirection, not a lot of counters, not a lot of plays where you have extra ball handling. Get it right to the hands of your running back, tell them to take care of the ball, and try and move forward.
Very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Niners set up well. They take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
Let's go, D. Tighten up. Let's go, D. Tighten up.
On 1st down, Garoppolo. Quick hitter here. It's complete. 13 yards there and a Niner first. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what we thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
Not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the 4th.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
Nice job there finding room to maneuver, and he worked his way into another first down. And look, they had great field position to start, but boy, they've done a nice job taking advantage of it.
Now they're just hoping to cap it off. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Right back to Coleman here on first down. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard. On 2nd and 9, Garoppolo. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. The man they call Snacks, Damon Harrison. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. That last sack, it puts Garoppolo and the 49ers in a tough spot. They face a 3rd and long. On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo. And he's going to go down again. The man they call Snacks, Damon Harrison. Make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
So an interesting call there to take the 3. And I guess they're thinking that their hands were tied, but, you know, 4th quarter, that field goal might not help them that much in the end.
Yeah, eventually they're going to need the touchdown. The thinking must have been they didn't feel confident about picking it up there, hoping maybe on defense they can get better field position, get a turnover, get a better play, and then they'll have a chance to attack the end zone.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a 1-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
Check it out. Tight dog, 20. Back.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
And force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
57, Mike, 57. Target.
From the gun, here's Newton. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Looking for Pettis, but that's intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it. Scoring has really been at a premium. And, Charles, you got to tip your cap to this defense coming in here. Their offense, too, but this whole team coming in here on the road, getting a hard-fought win.
I think the way that they're finishing this one up, an exclamation point on a terrific game. As you noted, hard for them to put points on the board, and they hold them down one more time and finalize things.
Eluding the pressure right. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, you need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Great. Right here, guys.
On 2nd and 10, Newton. That's Samuel, caught left side. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That one good for 26 and a first down. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line. Here's McCaffrey. That's a gain of 4 here in the 4th quarter, with them leading by 4 on the scoreboard.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine.
Check 13. 20. Check 13.
McCaffrey. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Panther first down.
It's a gain of 10. First down, Carolina.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. They'll run with McCaffrey. And here he'll get it down to the 7. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Rush in. Check. Hot route. Hot.
On the ground, McCaffrey. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and inches.
The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. They come out here in the eye. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. They'll be marked inches short. No gain on the play, and that's going to lead them to 4th down.
I apologize in advance, partner, but the beefeaters on the interior of this D-line, you just know they were licking their chops on 3rd and short. And yes, they were rewarded with a tasty dish, stuffing that one short of a first down.
And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Switch.
Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. They come out with one back and 3 tight ends. The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. Here we go with McCaffrey. And he is in. Touchdown, Carolina. Christian McCaffrey, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. Gano the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. Now on the return, oh no, the ball is loose. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
This is McCaffrey on the give. And they'll get him down right around the 16. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. They get the first. The decision to run on 3rd and medium winds up being a good one. So this one is over. A victory for Carolina. And it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire second half.
And remember the old adage, offense sells tickets, defense